In theory, we should be live now. I've had quite a few issues with the internet. It looks like we are finally getting ready to go. Let's make sure that we've got all of those chats and stuff open that we love to see on YouTube and twitch.tv. Let's see here. So yeah, sorry folks, things are running a little bit behind today. I had some problems with my ISP, also known as Internet Service Provider. Ooh, fancy, I know. I know. I'm a fancy person with all these computer problems. Woo! It's exciting. I'm excited. I actually am really excited. I wanted to start working on drawing some of this stuff today, or last night actually, and so let's make sure that we got everything open here. We're gonna be doing some Mario Kart stuff today, but let me just finish setting up. So we're gonna open up the YouTube. And so welcome, Jonathan Ivy. I am glad it looks like it's working now. That is fantastic to hear, because for a little while it looked like it was not working ever. Yay, which is the opposite of working now. So, okay, so we've got Illustrator here. We've got, this is a live instance of Mario Kart from running through the capture card. Okay, so let me top off my coffee. I drank most of my coffee already, just while trying, well, or at least the first cup. The French press makes about 2 cups. Also, I got a new mug for Valentine's Day that was very, very nice. It's like twice as heavy as all my other mugs, but like in a good way. So I'm very happy about that. Yeah, Cleo is having some health issues. She tweeted about those. I don't really like talking about stuff like that for other hermits. Basically, you can read what she wrote on Twitter. As far as I know, you know, actually, I shouldn't even, like, I want to say reassuring things, because I have nothing to say but reassuring things, but I shouldn't even say that. Like, she just didn't feel up for streaming today, or this week. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I am in the Hermitcraft Open Hangout room, just like always. So in theory, anybody who wants to could pop in, but I can't guarantee any of that. So let's see what we are doing here. Let's see what we are doing here. We are getting set up to draw some Mario Kart stuff. Jonathan Ivy says they had a baby last night. Hey, congrats! Congratulations to you and your growing family, Jonathan Ivy. I was going to say get some sleep while you can, but it might already be too late. Okay, we're also on the fallback internet today, because the primary internet is down. So I should be trying to work faster, because the primary internet has no data limit, but the backup internet maxes at 20 gigabytes a month. But yeah, the Twitch chat is saying congrats to Jonathan and family. So, okay, so let's get going here. Mario Kart has a bunch of stuff that we probably are going to want to draw for promoting this upcoming Hermit Kart thing. If I go to twitter.com/JoeHills, let me pull up the tweet that I wrote about this. Copy. Oh, wait, that's the PayPal link. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. But, let me pull this up. These Wednesday morning streams are always kind of a bit wild. Not Hermit Garden, but Hermit Kart. So here's the tweet. I'm going to read this in my own words, because I wrote them, and so, in theory, they're my own words. Racing fans, I can't announce the roster yet, but myself and a few other hermits are going to be streaming the new Mario Kart courses the day they launch, March 18th at 2 p.m. U.S. Central Time. I'll be doing some practice streams between now and then starting this week. Stay tuned. So, right now, we've got 4 hermits 100% confirmed for this, including me, and some other folks that we're trying to figure out if we can make it work. So we'll see. In the very least, though, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and start working. Okay. So there are a whole bunch of elements of Mario Kart that we're gonna want to draw and try to get kind of like, because I wanna have some images to post in the Twitter. So let's see. I had posted a list of stuff in my work in progress room on Discord that I had planned on having already pulled up, but I am not, there. Dun 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 dun. Okay, where is it? Create, work in progress. Okay. So, things I probably want to draw. I had written down carts I can add hermits to as they are announced. I had written down track backgrounds from the new tracks, the trophies from the new cups, the starter traffic light Lacticu, and other people had suggested Rainbow Road, which is one of the old courses, but is still recognizable. Mr. Lance had recommended the shells. Rotation had suggested track obstacles like Goombas, oil slicks, chain chomps, etc. Okay. So, will Hermit Cart get turned into a video too, or just a stream? Will the VOD be on YouTube? The VOD should be up on YouTube. I'm gonna stream it on YouTube and Twitch. But it's gonna be more of just a live hangout event than something. We don't want to like. The thing is, the hermits have a lot of editing to do in general, and so it's a lot easier to invite people to a hangout if they don't have to edit later. This is definitely going to be more of a fun hangouty type event, just because we're all excited about the new tracks coming out, and so okay. Let's say that I start a game as Yoshi real quick, though. And I wanted to pick one of the... What's the kind of the most... So I feel like this is the most iconic cart here. This is like the standard cart. There's that little tubey cart thing here. Steel driver that lends like a submarine, the circuit special, the tri-speeder, the prancer. This one's so silly. The sneaker. Okay. So I feel like if I was gonna draw a cart to drop hermits into, this one would be kind of the most iconic. I don't love the contrast of the green there, but it's fine. Like, just for reference purposes, though, let's go ahead and change to a character that might have a more... Oh, interesting. The card I selected earlier stayed selected. Who's got the highest... Oh, the paint one is really cool. I was going to say, who has the highest contrast cart, just to make it easier to kind of visually break this up. Like... Waluigi might. Let's go. Okay. So, then what we can do is when that source rotates around, I can hit screenshot source right there. And then I can take that image and have it for reference at exactly that point. Okay. So now we have a heads-on view that we pulled from a screenshot from this. Now we don't really need all of that. So we're going to go ahead and modify its mask here. To kind of whittle that down. Okay. So let's go ahead. You know what? Let's change this to March 18th. Hermits play Mario Kart. March 18th, 2 p.m. U.S. Central. Okay. This is just kind of text to have text at all. What is the name of the font that I normally use for the... Dang it. Graveside. There we go. So that is not the promotional poster that we're making. This is just the this is just a stream. I guess it's an underlay technically because it's on the level of the maybe it's just a stream lay. I don't know. But okay. Either way, we're ready to get going. So if we wanted to draw the cart. So we need to have cart background as one layer and cart foreground as another. So then we would have a layer called hermit, and then we would have a layer called cart foreground. So between the two layers would be where we have the people that we are going to put in. But yeah. Well, we've been calling it Hermit's Play for like 10 years when we play other games. So. Okay. Oh yeah, I need to have this live event chat open here. Okay, so looking good. Okay, so sorry, I've got like a bunch of things I'm trying to juggle. I'm behind on setting up the stream. Okay, so for the cart foreground, we're gonna have a few shapes. We're gonna have kind of a rectangle that looks a little bit, whoops. Let's make a new layer called reference here. And we're going to put that at the bottom. So like we have like a rectangle here that's like the very front of the cart. And it's going to come out some. Now we don't want to exactly trace this because that's not what we're trying to do. But we're just trying to get the rough shape and proportions. Okay, so that one would come up to like there, and there's going to be some curvature to it. Okay, so we'll copy those 2 layers now. Well, actually, wait. Let's make sure that these actually overlap properly. Boom. We're going to widen those now to make the white layers. We'll add these little wings here next, but whoops. I meant to lock the reference layer. And actually, on the reference layer, let's real quickly draw a generic gray road here. We'll call this layer track background. Okay. So one thing I'm noticing here is that these need to be further down. And then these come further out, wider out. And we'd have these be slightly less than white as well, a little gray there. Mini Cheese Mouse says you should make it out of squares so it looks more Minecraft-ish. Kind of. That's kind of what we're kind of going for a blockier look here, not a lot of curves. So it's gonna look more like cut construction paper almost. Okay, so for here, we're gonna add some vector points along the way. The wings are higher on the front square, right? Yeah, they are. You're right. We're still just kind of getting the rough. We're getting this roughly in place. You know, this is a very iterative process. Okay. And so underneath the wings, we've got like a bumper grill down here. And that would be... Let's go ahead and make like the Joe Hills cart, right? Let's go for a teal. Here. So we would have a lighter teal at the top. Slightly desaturated and slightly brighter. And then at the bottom here, we would have kind of a complementary but slightly more saturated teal, but slightly darker. Right? See, just figuring out like how these colors complement each other is part of the rough idea. Can't see the color picker. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't know why the wing on the right looks a little shorter than the one on the left in the reference. Yeah, I mean, the wings are supposed to be equidistant. We're just really trying to get a rough concept in place here. Okay. So now we need to have the wheels in place. So let's see. Do the wheels change color? Oh wait, no. The wheels change color based on which wheels you pick. The different characters don't have different wheels. So the standard Mario Kart wheels are this like black, but then you can also do like buggy wheels. You can do the little red button wheels, slim wheels, off-road, sponge, blue standard. Blue standard is a pretty standard. So, okay, let's just get some tires in here. So let's go ahead and we're gonna color select that blue because that's not branding for the individual hermits the same way. Okay, so that's gonna go actually in the cart background layer. And just in terms of the rough size and shape and proportions here, they're going to come out like that. They're going to come out past the wings. And then there would be kind of a... We also need to kind of cant them inward a little bit. Remember the cant. It's interesting that the back wheels are actually larger, because normally when you're drawing stuff in perspective, if they were the same size, the ones further back would be smaller, but the wheels are actually larger in the back. That's a weird choice, but okay, as the kids say. Okay, so they're actually going to come slightly further out. And in between the two, we're going to have something this color. So let's go ahead and lock these two layers so we don't accidentally drag stuff on them. And we're going to come to the cart background layer now. And we're going to go boop, boop. Boop. That's way too high. And we're going to have that go behind here. Oh, well, these ones are both way too tall, it looks like, right now. We'll have that one on this side. We'll reflect that across. And we'll have that go behind there. And then, let's see. Yeah, the front wheels being smaller mean they can turn faster. And the back ones mean they avoid swerving too much. Gotcha. Okay. And so then, in the back here, there would be those tube things, which are like the exhaust, I guess. And those are going to look kind of like this. And there'd be two of those, and it looks like those would have a yellow top with the standard core. Or is that only, does only Waluigi have a yellow top on those, or is that branded per person? See, this is why having the game open for reference. Okay, so the villager actually does have a red top on those. Inkling has green and teal. Interesting. The Mario characters all have yellow tops, but like Inkling and whatnot have the other ones. Okay, so either way, we can let's just make that yellow for right now for reference. Make that like black here. Okay, you know what I should probably do is, well, you know what, I should enable screen sharing on this Hermitcraft voice chat, so if somebody pops in the chat, they can see what I'm doing. Okay. They don't need more than 30 frames a second. Yeah, you know, I'm going to set it to 15 so it doesn't impact anything. Oh, we should pause folding at home. I forgot to do that. Speaking of impacting things, let's pause folding at home. So, whoops, is that... That looks like it's not sharing what I think it should be sharing. Okay, never mind. That's not... Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's not showing up at all. Never mind. We'll worry about that later. Do they not look flatter in this perspective? Yeah, they do, but we kind of... The thing is, we're not trying to trace this. We're trying to kind of do a cartoony... We're trying to have this be recognizable, right? But we're not trying to completely nail it. Okay, so one thing I'm noticing here, though, is that these should actually come out a little wider here. Or these should be or these tires here should be in more. Okay. So, yeah. So having these be a bit exaggerated is okay, because we're kind of trying to go for that. But yeah, let's kind of narrow them down there. Okay. So, then the next thing to do... Oh, good. My 25-second video of... dang it, YouTube. The 17 seconds of the stream failing is just got uploaded. Oh, come on. Dang it. Okay, so we got to delete the VODs of me failing to start this stream twice. Because, okay, delete forever. Because it's starting to get promoted, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to promote 2 3-second videos of me going, is the internet working now? Okay. So, let's come over here to the Hermit layer. Now, I think what I'm probably going to want to do here is pull from... So, okay, so if I was gonna do myself Hermitcraft style, I actually haven't gotten around. This is one of those failings of mine, but I haven't actually gotten around to pulling in my skin and drawing myself in this style. So let's go ahead and if we go to pull my skin from name MC real quick. Name MC Joe Hill says we're going to download. Where's download? Okay, so then we're going to, can I copy this and paste it into here for reference? Okay. So y'all should be able to see that because I'm putting it directly in the Illustrator window for reference here. Okay, so it looks like the hair here come across like that, and then have another layer there, and then come down 1 and 1. Okay. So then we're going to have if we have this here, so we're going to go ahead and, whoops, I want the white there. And this comes across as wide as my eyes. And then we're going to have another one of that, another one of that, and then we'll have the beard coming down. And we can tweak this. This is just kind of getting a rough concept of my skin. Then the way we're doing the beard on here, it's going to be 4 pixels below that. And then 2 pixels below that. It's really, it seems like, dang it. It seems like these colors here should be a little bit brighter. Let's try that one. Okay. Let's get more coffee for a second. Do I have a mouse? Yeah, I'm doing this with a mouse. I do have a tablet for drawing on, but for doing this sort of vector work, the mouse is better. Okay, so you know what I should do is I should copy over something like that. Move the whole thing off to the side. Let's move this to our reference layer so we can put stuff in front of it easier. Okay. And then I've got a file with the @ symbol somewhere. Joe Hill's logo white.ai. Yeah, let's copy that. We can resize that until it's the full shirt here. The way I have this set up on the skin, it's like that roughly. You know, so we're just going to slightly bring that down. Because it doesn't have to be pixel perfect like Minecraft. Oh, I used to use a trackpad with Illustrator all the time. If you have a good trackpad, it's not bad. It just depends on how you sit, really. Okay, so interesting. A lot of them have the blue undercart, although some of them have their hair color. Some of them don't. Okay, so let's just do that. That's about right. Let's just hint at the nose more. It doesn't have to be as... because the Minecraft skin is a lot more. Okay. Okay, so here we go. So we now have like a really rough Joe Hill's image here that we can use to put into the cart. Whoops. This feels off somehow. What am I missing? Oh, we don't have the ears. We don't have... oh, yeah. The hair should be... that's what we're missing. We need bigger hair. Not like that much bigger. But... there we go. So now, let's go ahead and move that off down here. Relock the reference layer. Whoops. That's way too big. The cart should be kind of small looking. But, okay, so... and we need a steering wheel. But... okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to decrease... whoops. I'm going to have the ears be about here. Then we're going to bring that in there, like so. Have the ears be a little longer. There we go. So it's still kind of got a pixely feel to it, but... okay. So now we need, in the cart foreground, one thing that we don't have is we don't have a steering wheel. Make a slightly darker color for the ears. Maybe, oh, like we did for the nose. Yeah, that works. We can also make the nose a little bit smaller, too. Oop. Now it looks... okay. We can also, you know, hinge the arms for the steering wheel here. But let's get the steering wheel in first. Cart foreground. Okay, so it's hard to show in Minecraft the concept of a of grabbing anything. So let's just go ahead real quick, and we're gonna where's my Pathfinder? There it is. Boom. Okay, so that's going to go to the very back of the cart foreground. Okay, so we're going to have the hands kind of going to there. Actually, maybe we even have... the steering wheel be behind the hands. So it looks like more like it's being grabbed a little bit. I want this hinged up here. Okay, so then we can pull that up slightly. Pull that up slightly. Well, so if you look at how the Mario characters are sitting, though, they're sitting further back with their arms out and then forward, so more bent. Maybe use a hexagon for the wheel. I'm just trying a round wheel for now, just to get a sense of it. There's nothing stopping us from doing a hexagon, though. I also want to try this. Bring this in that way more. Yeah, that looks a little better. Okay. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Can we make all of those aligned? I think that'll look a little better here. Maybe just flare that a teeny bit on each side here. Just a teeny bit. Okay. So, and then what we'll do here, cart foreground, I'm gonna add one of these onto the cart. If you make the arms wider or lower down, they'll look like more like they're coming toward the wheel. Yeah, we're still just kind of, we're trying to rough this in and then iterate, kind of. Put one of the hands in the air like it's waving. Well, that's true. I'm reading both chats, Lee, and I need a hat as well. Maybe. Okay. So, object, envelope distort, make with mesh. Okay. Yeah, and then we can kind of have that be bigger there. Maybe not that big. Hey, Eli. Yeah, I use Illustrator. Okay. So, once again, this is not optimal, but this is a good start, right? This is the core concept. Now, there's a lot of things we can do with the steering wheel and the shoulders. So, let's go ahead and, let's see, somebody has suggested trying to do like a more hexagonal wheel type of thing. That's not necessarily a bad idea. I'm just gonna really quickly rough this in. Yeah, so having a rougher wheel like that is definitely going to look better in some ways. It's going to fit more with the overall style. The back exhaust needs to be visible behind my body. Good point. So let's pull those back out again. Those are a little bit bigger than they were in the original too. So, hold on, let's hide the hermit. And let's maybe pull that in a little bit there. Bring the hermit back out. Boom. Okay, the back exhaust needs to be between the wheels, though. So, cool. And maybe we have those flare out a little bit more as well. Okay, now so this is not perfect, but like we could easily, you know, start making some other carts here. You know, let's see. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, so let's see, we could go kind of more like this. Yeah, so I can see how you can get some good higher contrast stuff if you do the darker bottom, but that's only higher contrast against the light background here. If we have the track background back in, that's gonna be, well, it's still a decent contrast. If it's a promo visual with many characters, it doesn't need to be super detailed either. Exactly. Exactly. We're just trying to get the rough idea in. Cardjewel says texture the wheels. Yeah, the wheels do have those little boomerangs on them. And I think that's a great detail that we can do relatively easily. Like little chevrons here. Yeah, and those would be like that color. Okay. So before we go and start doing like recolors and trying to get different stuff to work, let's go ahead and... okay, I wanted to use this yellow in particular, though. There we go. Got the proper yellow I wanted. And... we're gonna... boom. Okay. So let's get these chevrons in here better. I'm gonna rotate, whoops. I'm gonna rotate this so it matches kind of the wheel base. We're gonna, actually, so that might be almost the right size for here. Bring that down from there. And then up again here. Okay. Feels like if it's not touching on one side, it shouldn't touch on either side there. Arterial Red says, Cleo sends regards, also to ensure us we don't get too much done without her. What pickups would hermits use in competition? Other than flung TNT and planted and crystals. I mean, I think we're gonna use the items, you know, that exist in Mario Kart already, you know? So we're gonna have, you know, sand traps. We're gonna have, you know, probably some tripwires with arrows, you know, that sort of thing. Bottomless pits. All the normal stuff, really. You know us. Okay, this wheel here, I'm realizing, is actually way further out than the other one, too. And since these wheels are supposed to be a little smaller, I don't really want that. Another thing I kind of want to do is I want to add a point there and maybe have that come in a little bit. I'm going to add a point there and have that come in a little bit. Rotate that so it's more this way. We want these on the outside here to come out more. Gonna put that there and then bring this in some. Gonna put that there. Whoops. On this one. And bring this in some. And then rotate that like so. Let's rotate the whole thing, not just that. Okay. So yeah, I think that this sells the concept of the cart, right? It's not perfect, but I could easily repeat this. Bottomless mimosas would be more hermitcrafty than bottomless pits, true. Which character do I use? Honestly, I haven't played a lot of Mario Kart in so long that, like, I really don't remember. I think I used to use Drybones Bowser. I used to use the heavier characters when I was really well practiced, but the problem with those is if you screw up, it's harder to catch back up. And in a race with a whole bunch of hermits, it's a lot easier to decelerate because there will be, like, we're not sure exactly how many people we're going to have. We might have enough that we can turn off NPCs, but we've got 4 definitely confirmed. And so I'm very excited about that. And but yeah, let's go ahead and mess with the shoulders a little bit here. I think I want to bring out the shoulders here and kind of have this a little bit more out this way. Dang it. Select the whole object, not part of the path. Okay. So this might be something now where we bring this a little bit more like that at first, and then we have it bend in. This is not, like, anatomically correct by any stretch of the imagination, but this is closer. For the cartoony style, this is kind of good enough, you know. So we're just gonna put a elbow there and an elbow here, right? Do I plan on putting in legs as well? That's going to be a little bit harder to do. And honestly, at the scale, if we have a whole bunch of these, having the upper body of everybody is going to be kind of more important. Because I'm not going to do everybody from, like, 8 different angles, right? But yeah, it would probably be good to have, like, legs sticking out. Because you can kind of see the shoes there. Okay, so let's look at how does, like, Mario look when you rotate him on the little pedestal here. The thing is, Waluigi has really long legs, but most of the characters' legs actually kind of fit under their carts. But that's not necessarily as true with, like, the carts, like the pipe frame here. So, yeah, because for the pipe frame cart, you can definitely see, like, their feet, at least, in front of their bodies. So let's go back and select a different character. How does King Boo work? Oh, that's interesting. How does Yoshi work? Okay, so Yoshi, you can see his legs there, too. Okay. So we've got a rough concept here that's not bad. Yeah, the chaos, it'll be fun. You know what? Let's go ahead and pull from my let's pull from the palette here the leg color in Minecraft is about this blue. And so if we were gonna draw legs for everybody, let's do hermit legs. Wait, no, that can't be its own layer because it's going to be interspersed with the other stuff. Okay, but, like, the legs would probably look something like this. They would be blue, and they would have to fit under the arms here, right? So if you had your knees pulled up. Yeah, so that now kind of looks like my legs are kind of there. And then I can have feet sticking out. What color are the shoes in Minecraft? Let's make these palette blocks smaller. The shoes in Minecraft are gray, it looks like, usually. So let's say we did, like, just really rough feet here sticking out. Okay, so now you can kind of see... You can actually, interesting, you can see the race car pedals underneath there. So what I might do is I might make the shoes slightly bigger, and then underneath them put in a pedal layer that's going to be like a whitish silver here. Now it should be... Also this... Yeah. That's almost too white. Silver for the pedals, and we'll put those right there. Jory Van says the hermit does look like they're sitting further back now. Yeah, okay, awesome. And... not sure that was an improvement. About time Mario Kart adds hermits. I know, right? Okay. So... Cool. Okay. Cool. Alrighty. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share this with the other hermits real quick, so they can kind of see what I'm going for, and then see if any of them are cool with me drawing them on stream. Okay, so we're gonna... Let's, on the track background here, let's just add a super generic sky blue in the back. Just to... That's terrible. That's way too saturated. And let's add a green as well. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, ba, ba, da, ba, da, boom. Actually, you know what? That probably shouldn't be. Perspective is hard. Let's go shopping. Yeah, just super generic background for right now, just to kind of give the sense of there being stuff back there. Okay. Do. Saturation. Flip that and okay. Ovals for clouds. Real quick. Boom, that looks kind of Mario palette-y. Slightly desaturate that. And make these further desaturated and further dark. Okay. Okay. I feel like that's close. So here we go. I'm gonna set this to width 500 or 600. Okay, save. Mario Kart X Course Promotional Joe Draft 1. Save. And then we're going to send that to the Hermits in the collab room here. Upload a file. Okay. So I feel like we're in good shape here. This is somebody says maybe change shoe color for visibility. Honestly, you just need to hint at it. You don't need it to be perfect. Like this is a good start, I think. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. So let's maybe draw some Mario Kart elements that we might want to add. For example, like, you know, there's a bunch of items in the game, like blue shells and things. And I probably want to figure out what some of those look like. So why don't we go ahead and get going here. This is like the worst possible combination of things. Ancient tires. Okay. This is a terrible choice for the cart. But, okay. So let's real quick pull up, I don't know, Mario Circuit maybe? I just want to pick a level. And so we can start pulling in. Oh, it's a Grand Prix. Of course it is. Hey, welcome, Josh. Glad you could join us. Okay. It's taking a second. You know, honestly, having that kind of whitish background with the faded out ads would look good too. So, yeah. Can I pause while Dang it. Pausing blocks the thing is the problem. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to get a screenshot of Lacticu here. And I think I got one. Dang it. It's a shame that you can't pause and see the game. Hey, welcome, Badger. Glad you could join us. I just want to be able to pause and see the game. I feel like I have simple needs. But you know what? Actually, while we're grabbing things out of here, maybe one thing to real quickly grab is the the buttons with the white text here is a distinctive visual element, right? We want to be grabbing distinctive visual elements out of here. And then it's got, okay. It's got like these chevrons on either side here, right? So we can take these and send them to the back. And then we take that one and we make it this. So that's thicker than they would be, but you get the idea. Okay, Josh, please stop spamming the YouTube chat. I feel like you're not really adding much to the conversation. You're just being kind of obnoxious. But asking someone you don't know, can we be friends, is weird. I mean, unless you're a 4-year-old on the playground. Hey, Vicky. Like that's weird. You understand that, right? Okay. And 4-year-olds aren't actually allowed to have YouTube accounts. Okay, so then we're gonna split this down the middle here. More narrowly than that. Oops. Oh, I realize now I need to do that twice. Well, actually, really only needed to do that once and then reverse it. I'm just dumb at things. Dang it. Why is that causing problems there? What is over here? That's... What? Okay. Somewhere we've got something weird going on with this path. So we're going to do object expand. And then, boom, there we go. We do need to actually copy this a second time, though. Over here. Over there. Then we bring this down here, and we move these over a bit. Whoops. I am doing well, Wesley. Glad you could join us. Okay. Now, these are not quite as bulky as... Okay. So, whoops. Let's see how this goes. So we can take both of these. Dang it. So we make that white. We make that white. Okay. So now the thing is, in reality, these wouldn't both be selected here. So okay. So like if we put those in something like this, so I'm gonna create a new layer here called text overlays, and if I made this slightly larger here, I could put those right there, for example. Or I could actually make that go down more. Let's group and center those. Boom. Okay. It's not perfect by any means, but it would theoretically, if we needed to, something like this would announce the event. Yeah, there's those white arrows that move to the right on whichever one is selected, but they would hurt readability. It looks kind of like a kid's Valentine's card, but like, that's okay. Now the thing is, what we don't have here is other hermits on the track. We don't have obstacles and things like that. Okay. So let's see. Let's go ahead. We probably want to actually draw some items from the game. So let's go ahead and resume. And it's so weird not being able to hear the game. Let's try to draw some of these other things. Like, dang it, I didn't get one of those blocks that I wanted. I am not doing... It's so weird not being able to hear the audio. I can't get in the right mindset to be playing. But wait, hold on. If I pause here... Oh, that's fun. If I pause here, can I pause with stuff? Oh. You know, getting that white overlay background might not be a dumb idea either, because in terms of the look and feel. But what I was trying to do was I was trying to get one of the coins paused in the part of the frame that would show up here. But you know what? Oh, okay. So there's a question mark block. At least we can try to like pull from that. So let's go ahead and make that like more like this, so we can see it. For right now. So to make a question mark block, it would be kind of like that, go up that way, go over that way, and then it comes right back down and almost touches there. Then down there, then down there, then back up. And then it comes out past here, up some like that, and then up like that, and then down like that. And then there's also another kind of okay. So we're not trying to match it perfectly, or we would just be tracing it, but we're trying to make sure that it reads as the Mario Kart question block, right? And part of that is that this needs to come in tighter here. This needs to come in tighter here. That needs to come in tighter there. Oh boy, okay. Boom. Okay, so I'm feeling good about that. Let's see. Oh, we are at the... Wow, we've been going for 90 minutes, folks. I should mention that tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. We are currently 20 away from our first tip, from our first face camera expansion of the stream. From our first tipping milestone. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, so we want to go ahead and have this be... Looks like it's like a bluish... outline on that, and then we're going to go to stroke here, round that off, and have it round join. Okay, and then we'll have that be white here. Interestingly, whoops, it actually has a little bit of a gray drop shadow, which I hadn't noticed before. It's little details like that that you catch. Although, interestingly... Dang it. That drop shadow is actually slightly transparent. So let's go ahead and set that to maybe a overlay. Yeah, like that. Okay, so we have the question mark blocks. So close up, they're transparent, but were they... It feels like they're shiny in the distance. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I don't know. What is... Boy, I am... It is so weird trying to play this while talking. So in the distance, they're kind of like bright, colorful, like yellow and purple. Right? So... And they're also, like, the question marks are always facing you as part of it. What makes it weird, too. So... Okay, so we have this go here. So we have this one be like yellowishy. Except then we turn it way down on saturation. And we send it to the back. And we have this one be purplishy. Except we turn the brightness there and saturation way up. It needs to be more of a purple like that, I think, maybe. And then we have one be like more whitish down the bottom here. Whoops. I want to close that path, actually. Whoops. Let's just create a new layer down here. Then we'll stretch it to fit. And that one will be like that, maybe. Okay, so this is not perfect by any means. Can we get these to actually touch each other? Okay. So... So let's set those to screen with that transparency, and then screen again. Okay. It's not exactly right, but it's closer. We'll come back to this. Okay, how can I... What I want to do is I want to get some of the items in my... Okay, so we've got the mushroom, we got the boomerang. I kind of want the shell, though. So I can see a shell more clearly. Also, I think auto-accelerate is on. It is. Okay. I must have hit that button. I was like, why do I keep accelerating? Okay. So we're trying to just get a shell that we can... Oh. You know what? That overlay is going to disappear. I just want to have a shell icon in my corner up there so we can see it. We're not racing for real. We're just trying to get visual references from the game directly. Oh, that's fun that you can eat the squid with that. Okay. Please be a shell. Okay. Okay, so we're going to take a screenshot of the OBS source real quick. OBS. Okay, screenshot source. And then we are going to drag that over here. Let's pause the game again. And we're going to make that small once more. Just for reference. Do. Okay. So, let's pull in that image that we wanted for reference here. We got to refresh this whole thing, I guess. Come on. Okay, so here's a PNG file for us. Nope, wrong one. Okay, here's a PNG file for us. Boom, there we go. So, the only thing we actually really want to pull here is that turtle. So we're just going to make the mask a lot smaller. So that we can trace that. Well, we're not going to trace it, but so we can see it. To reference. Okay, so we're going to put this on our reference layer down here, and then we're going to relock it. This we're going to create a new layer called items. Okay, so we got our question mark block there. If you finish the race, you can use the replay feature to see. Oh, and you can move the camera inside the replay feature. Oh. Well, maybe let's do that. Okay, so let's finish this race real quick, which I'm going to be terrible at because I don't have my headphones on that let me hear the Switch. I've got different headphones for the Switch versus the Discord. Oh, that's going to be a problem for the actual event. See, this is why we do tests and stuff. Like, on some level, I knew that was going to be an issue, but I hadn't actually done anything about it. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to need... In the past, what I've done was I wore one set of headphones and one set of earbuds, and I wore the earbuds under the headphones. So, view highlight reel? Or you have to save the race, though. You have to press X or Y. Oh, there's that star 1 of 6, maybe? Let's try that. Okay. Maybe that lets me save up to 6 races? I don't know. Let's find out. Okay. Mario Kart TV. Oh, interesting. So it looks like it saved some races here. 126, 126, 126. Recent 2. Favorites. Okay, so you can manually save favorites, but it looks like it'll also just save recent ones. So let's see what kind of control we have here. Daisy, baby Daisy. Pum 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 pum. So, oh, interesting. Hold on. Yeah, so I can, like, do all sorts of stuff with the camera in this. Oh, this is really cool. Can I pause it, though? If I want to see the controls again. How do I see the controls? Okay, so I can go backwards at different speeds. But is there an actual pause? Doesn't seem to be a pause button, but this is you know, I could always just try to time the screenshot. I feel like there was a slow-mo mode, but slow-mo is not pause. Yeah, this is slow-mo. So that would make it easier to get screenshots if I needed. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay. Having the hang gliders would be interesting. But yeah. Okay. Bop. Look at that sad baby. Okay. Yeah, but if there was pause, this would be great. Okay. So we're gonna leave that be for right now. And let's go back to drawing the let's go back to other races. Hold on. So if I what is the button to go back to other races? Quit highlight reel. So it also looks like it's not the entire race. It looks like it's the highlight reel that's saved. Okay. So the shell icon has a few green parts here. Now, it's got some curvature to it that we're not going to worry about right now. We're just going to get kind of the rough shape in. Okay. So then we would have one kind of part that's like more like that. Because like I said, we're going for kind of like a construction papery look. We're not trying to get all of these shapes perfect. We're just trying to give the impression of the original well. There's a way to review the entire race from the menu, says Centauratron. I don't remember what it is. Okay, that's, yeah, we can look into that. Like, that's the sort of thing I didn't even know might be an option, so I'm not too disappointed. And I can look into that after the stream. So, yeah, cool. Okay, so one thing that's interesting is the way that the characters hold the items up that they're about to use is noticeable. We might want to replicate that somehow. No worries, Centauratron. Appreciate your help regardless. This one actually needs to go up like that a little bit because it's going to have the And let's add an extra anchor points here. Okay. Okay. So, like, technically there's those holes in it there, but those aren't really that iconic. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to kind of, let's mash this together a little bit. Okay, oops. So we're gonna send that to the back, and we're gonna make that the darker green there. Gonna make that closer to this screen. Boom. And maybe we're gonna try getting some red in here. Now I had another red that I wanted to use in particular. I have two reds actually. Okay. So we've got this red palette here that we can pull from. Actually, yeah, hold on. That needs to go more. Let's get this closer to right in the first place. Dang it. I don't want loop select. Stop loop selecting. Okay. Okay, this needs to come in before that. Boom. Okay, that looks better. That needs to come in this way more. This needs to come out this way. Eli B. Maker says, Illustrator is one of my favorite software to use ever. Mario Kart is my favorite game ever. You're combining both in a stream. This is how you keep Eli around. Hey, glad to help Eli. For folks who want to keep me around, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. As we continue to add quotation marks around the word soon for the server release, or for the Season 7 launch date, it is important to remember that this is a viewer-supported stream and that tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay. This should actually come in more here. Let's go ahead and add that anchor there and just bring that in. Okay, so this definitely has the look and feel in general of the thing, but without being too I don't know. It's not too precise. Like I said, it doesn't feel like we traced it because we didn't, you know? We're capturing the spirit of the shape. Somebody wrote on Twitter earlier that somebody else was mispronouncing it and that it was Eli. Okay. I have heard 8 different people give 8 different explanations. So if it's Ellie, then I'm sorry. And I'm sure you've personally told me before, but I don't always remember who gave me what explanation. I'm very bad about authoritative things. Like, but oh well. It's fine. Okay. Okay. So, if we wanted to take what we've got so far and work on a new artboard version of it here, we could possibly have this like up here in my hand. This is probably too big, but not like necessarily by too much. Okay. Thanks for the 5, Ellie Beatmaker, who says it's L-E, like the letters Lima Echo. Ellie. Honestly, it's all good. It's just funny at this point, honestly. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Ellie, for that. That's our first tip of the stream. That puts us 15 away from the next face camera expansion. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay. So in some ways, having the red shell up here would be better for contrasting against the background. We could have a green shell coming toward me back there, maybe, like with like a motion line, like with a little swoosh coming out of it. And so we're going to change that to that, and then we'll go to our transparency here and set that lower, and then we will send that to back. So we'll put that on the track background layer to have that feel like it's Honestly, maybe have it, have that coming in from off this way would feel right. And then have me holding this one here. And we'll, because the arm is going to be way different in this. Okay, so I'm going to... Oops. Let's take this from... Okay, so let's make sure that that swoosh actually fits inside of here. Whoops. Because that's going to look weird if not. And we could also have this be kind of more like... If we're just... Although, honestly, actually, let's think about this a second. Like, having this have more of a curve to it would probably look better. If we can center that there, that might even look... Now, in real life, the horizon would be at the eye level, but, you know, this is a video game, and so this is a super early draft before we get the new courses. So I'm gonna go ahead and post this to the group chat though, so people see it to get an idea of what I'm looking at doing. Promotional Joe draft 2. Okay. So upload a file. Upload a file. Okay. I feel like, oh, you know what? My arm is, or my knee is a little weird there because it's not blocked by my arm anymore. We need to have that pulled in more. Yeah. It feels more kinetic. Another thing we can do is we can make the wheels feel like they're moving more by making a copy of them and then setting the transparency lower on them. All right. So that kind of gives it like a blurred feel. Well, that's not exactly it. Honestly, that just gives some depth. Although, honestly, I like that anyway. So we're going to do it anyway. %. There we go. Oh, boy. Okay. I think I'm going to take a quick hydration break. And I will be right back. Do I have a hydration break sign I can put on? There we go. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. I feel like this is a great start. And we're going to get... Right now, we've got a super generic background. We're going to come back and we're going to look at some screenshots from the new courses and maybe try to find course background elements we can pull in to make this even more engaging. So I will be right back after these. Oh, it's not messages. But also, during the art streams, I don't like playing music because I don't want the VODs to get taken away because I don't make videos of them. Anyway, talk to y'all in just a couple minutes. I am back and back and back. Here we go. Camera back on. Hydration break gone. Now, one hermit had told me that they might want to play... Eli Beatmaker says, you say this background is generic. I'm quite curious to see how you make it more engaging. Well, this just looks like a generic Mario Kart background from, like, Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo. Like, the whole point of... Or the whole reason we're doing this is because they're launching new courses. They're launching 48 new courses for Mario Kart. And so what I wanted to do is to have the background for this look like one of those new courses, right? So that, like, people who are hype about the new courses will be like, oh yeah, these guys get it. Like, here, when I do, or when I used to do event poster design and stuff, like, for example, if there was, okay, so a topic, there was a topic for a presentation where a farmer was going to come to the university and talk about no-till farming. which is a way to work with soil where you that's like doesn't really use plows in the traditional sense. And so the idea is that the graphic design for the banner would need to look like a farm. For somebody who didn't know anything about no-till farming, they would need to look at the banner or the flyer or whatever and go, oh, that's a thing about farming techniques. But it's specifically an event about no-till farming, which is a specific type of farming technique. And so if somebody saw that flyer who grew up on a farm, I would want them to be able to look at that poster and go, oh, that's interesting. This is a banner about that, right? Like, this is a banner about a specific type of farming. Like you need to have kind of, I would say, fractal recognizability of the subject matter, right? So let me pull up, where's my old, is it behance.com/joehills? So, for example, here was a flyer that I did for a Eid el-Fitr party. And so, like, anybody who looked at that would see the fireworks and be like, oh, okay, it's a party, it's a celebration, right? But somebody who cares deeply about this sort of thing could also look at it and go, hey, that's exactly the skyline from where the party is being held, and that's exactly where the moon will rise. And Eid al-Fitr is a lunar holiday, and the moon rising in that particular phase is very important to people who are celebrating that holiday. Does that make sense? And so, you know, I've got that as like kind of a fractal recognizability. You want to tell people who don't know anything about whatever the subject matter is, hey, you're welcome to come hang out and learn about this. But you also want to tell people who care deeply about it, who are deeply invested in whatever this is for you. This is not just something for everybody. This is something for you as well. And so that's the difference, in my opinion, between like intentional design and generic design. So right now we have a generic Mario Kart thing, which says Mario Kart, but it doesn't say 8 new tracks launch March 18th. Let's see, what other designs do I have that might illustrate that? It's fine. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to go into all of my graphic design stuff I've done from like 11 years ago. Oh my gosh, I'm getting old, Ellie. I'm getting old. This stuff is from like when I first graduated from college. These if y'all want to look at my graphic design stuff from like 2008 to 2013. Here you go. There's behance.net/joehills. You can see a bunch of stuff I designed. The events at Vanderbilt University gallery is probably the most interesting for most people's... Whoops, that's the wrong link. That is not how you share that. Whatever. It's fine. Okay, so... Also, GDD. Oh, Discord share screen. I am on mobile data. That's a good point. I forgot about being on mobile data. How much mobile data have I used? Because we were having internet problems before, and that's absolutely correct. I forgot that that was the case. Okay, so we have used 6 gigabytes of mobile data out of my like monthly allotment of like 20. I should have turned down the bitrate for this stream, and I didn't when I knew I was going to have internet issues. Okay, so I think we're going to go ahead and actually, maybe we're going to wrap this stream up here, just in case we have more internet issues the next few days. I don't want to eat the entire, whoopsies indeed, super cool. But we've been going for 2.5 hours roughly, and I feel like we have something that's cool. Thank you for reminding me about the mobile data there. Whoever mentioned that. Mahi0. Yeah. So, okay. So let's see who we can raid. Once again, apologies for cutting the stream a little early. I say a little early. It's still a 2.5 hour stream, and it could have been it's just sometimes these are 4-hour streams. Oh, hey. It looks like our friend Impulse SV is playing some Minecraft Hardcore. Why don't we go ahead and raid him? Alrighty. And that's at twitch.tv/ImpulseSV. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Do-do-do-do.